Shalom Akim. All praise goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders greater millstone. Salutations to the Akim out there pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty. The hopeful elect. Shalom. And Brother Korah Island through the spirits is a quick lesson. It's from World Star, aka Nigga YouTube. It says she ain't loyal. Australian wife had her husband sent to a mental health facility for his, beliefs. Please pray for me. Now I'm about to let this video rock, but I felt compelled to make a lesson on this video, but because it shows you the times we're approaching. All right, Jacob's trouble is around the corner. The thing about Jacob's trouble is not only going to affect Jake, it's going to affect the whole world. Okay, now I don't know, this guy could be a Jake, but even if he's not, guess what? He's not safe from what's going on. All right, because Jacob trouble lines up with Esau bringing in his new world order.
And I thought I had a loving wife of 15 years. But today I was visited by 2 police officers and 2 mental health practitioners in Western Australia. And I was advised that I needed to go for a medical assessment. I was taken involuntarily in a ambulance to Fiona Stanley Hospital in Perth, and here where I've endured a so-called psychological assessment, and I've been deemed as having, verbally I've been told I've had a nervous breakdown, which is completely untrue. But the paperwork says something completely different. The paperwork says that I've had I've got some sort of personality distrusting disorder of some sort. Not sure exactly what the wording was. I don't have it with me, apologies. But I think it said I was suspicious. I think it was on there, suspicious. And for that reason, they've issued me some sort of section. And I've been brought to what I can only call a prison and held against my will. I'll just show you around our beautiful accommodation. This is our exercise yard, aren't we lucky? And I've got a beautiful room which I'll show you later. So why?
Matthew 10, let's start at 34. Think not that I'm come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. So that cuts that whole peace and forgiveness, and the Lord is all about love. All right? The Lord also deals with hate, war, destruction. All right? He says, think that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. The Lord's going to bring a sword to this place, man. A sword is going to destruction, ultimately by way of thermonuclear missiles. All right? So the Lord's not dealing with peace. For I'm come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And these prophecies are speaking. All right? It's one thing to bring out the prophecies and say, this is what's going to happen this is what's going to happen in the future. And it's going to be a lot of woes and deaths and mourning. All right? But to actually see it play out, man, because the Lord, you don't know how the Lord's going to move. You don't know how Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai is going to do things. But we know it's going to be done. All right? It says, for I'm come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And we see that today because some people are anti and some people are pro and even in households. All right, we all have families that either dealing with the NWO, all right, dealing with the system, okay, and then of course the electmen won't, lower on part of that number, the electmen won't. But now in this video, you saw this man is in a holding center, all right, being evaluated to see if he's psychotic or not, okay, because he doesn't agree with, or he's anti what. All right, so now if you don't agree, or if you're anti what, that means you crazy. That means your elevator don't go to the top floor. You ain't playing with a full deck. Okay? You got some screws loose. All right? So, hey man, don't be surprised if your mother or your wife or your son, your brother, your aunt, mother-in-law, or somebody calling boys on you because you wasn't down with you know what I'm saying, you wasn't pro like them, you was the only anti one around, and they probably did it in ignorance, but hey man, this is what's gonna happen. It says, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth, Luke 12:51 says, suppose he that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you, nay, but rather division. See, that's the division. All right. This man's wife of 15 years called the police on him to evaluate him to see if he's psychotic or not because of his beliefs. All right. So what about our beliefs? That happened to him. It says, I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Right, so that's divide and conquer. All right, that's another device that the elites like to use, man. Divide and conquer. That's a play. That's a go-to play out of their playbook. All right, and you're gonna see a lot more of these cases popping up. The way things are looking. But that was the lesson. Hope it was edifying. I want to say praise goes to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Shakar Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Millstone. Citations to the Akim out there pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty. They put him in a holding center. All right, a concentration camp. They locked him away. The scripture speak about you being locked away 10 days.